नहीं नहीं नहीं, यही दे दो। ये क्लास ना उनको जरूरत नहीं।
जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है।
हरे कृष्ण, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यमुना तीरवनचारी। नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यमुना तीरवन। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन। वल्लभ। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। kind of words. Duravabodha iva tavaya vihara yoga yad asarano sarira idam anavekshita asmad samavaya atmaneva vikriyamanena sagunam aguna srajasi srijasi payasi harasi duravabodha iva tavayam vihara yoga yad asarano sarira idam anavekshita asmad samavaya atmanevavi kriyamanena sagunam aguna srijasi payasi harasi duravabodha iva tavayam vihara yoga yad asarano sarira idam anavekshita asmad samavaya atmaneva vikriyamanena sagunam aguna srajasi payasi harasi. Anybody would like to say? Duravabodha iva tavayam vihara yoga yad ashruno sharira idam anavekshita tas asmat samavaya atmane vikriyamanena sagunam agunasrajasi payasi harasi pasi harasi. Anybody would like to repeat? Mataji? Duravabodha iva tavayam vihara yoga yada shruno sari ekshita asmat samavayatmane vikriyamanena saguna aguna srijasi pasi harasi. Word to word meaning. Duravabodha, difficult to understand. Iva, quite. Tava, your. I am this. Vihara yoga. Engagement in the pastimes of material creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Yet, which asarana, not dependent on any other support. Asharira, without having a material body. Idam, this. Anavekshita, without waiting for. Asmat, of us. Samavaya, the cooperation. Atmana, by your own self. Iva, Indeed, avikriyamanena in grace Abhaya Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki translation. O Lord, you need no support, and although you have material body, you do not need cooperation from us. Since you are the cause of the cosmic manifestation and you supply its material ingredients without being transformed, you create, maintain, and annihilate the cosmic manifestation by yourself. Nevertheless, although you appear engaged in material activity, you are transcendental to material qualities. Consequently, these transcendental activities of yours are extremely difficult to understand. Purport by his Srila Prabhupada. The Brahma Samhita 5.37 says, Goloka eva nikisat akilatma bhutau. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is always situated in Goloka Vrindavana. It is also said, Vrindavanam parityajya padam ekam na gacchati. Krishna never goes even a step from Vrindavana. Nevertheless, although Krishna is situated in his own abode Goloka Vrindavan, he is simultaneously all pervading and is therefore present everywhere. This is very difficult for a conditioned soul to understand. But devotees can understand how Krishna, without undergoing any changes, can simultaneously be in his abode and be all pervasive. The demigods are understood to be various limbs of Supreme Lord's body. Although the Supreme Lord has no material body, and Lord does not need anyone's help. He is spread everywhere. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina. Nevertheless, he is not present everywhere in his spiritual form. According to Mayavada philosophy, the supreme truth, being all pervasive, does not need a transcendental form. The Mayavadis suppose that since his form is distributed everywhere, he has no form. This is untrue. The Lord keeps his transcendental form. At the same time, he extends everywhere, in every nook and corner of material creation. Om Agyanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurum Lilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणलघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावधन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रधायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनीश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लांगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः हरे कृष्ण we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam canto 6 chapter 9 text number 34. The translation I'll read again once. O Lord, you need no support, and although you have no material body, you do not need cooperation from us. Since you are the cause of cosmic manifestation, you supply its material ingredients without being transformed. You create, maintain, and annihilate this cosmic manifestation by yourself. Nevertheless, although you appear engaged in material activity, you are transcendental to all material qualities. Consequently, these transcendental activities of yours are extremely difficult to understand. So, here the various devatas are praying to the Supreme Personality of Godhead when they are in need. Here in this world, we see that many people pray to the devatas for their protection. And most of them have their goal to attain heaven. Suppose if somebody leaves their body, they write Swargastha, like that they write in India. So most of them want some material benedictions and they pray to different devatas, and most of them feel that we should attain Swarga. Swargastul Avvali, like that they say in Telugu, that we should reach Swargam. But here you see the condition of demigods. They are helplessly praying to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Shastras give one example. When Sarpa Yagam was happening, Pariksha Maharaj, because Takshaka bit Parikshit in one sense, because of which they wanted to take revenge on entire snake clan. So they were performing a Sarpasatra Yaga, Janmejai. And then all the snakes were coming into the Yagna Kunda and they were falling down. And this Takshaka was trying to protect himself, and somehow it was trying very vigorously, and they said, Indra will save you, go and ask Indra. So you know what Takshaka did? It went and approached Indra. Indra was saying, no, I cannot help you, I cannot help you. So Takshaka went into the seat of Indra, under the Simhasanam. And then as many oblations they were offering for Takshaka to come into the Yajna Kunda, Takshaka was not coming. Then they were asking, Arey, why is Takshaka not coming? Said, just because it is hiding under the shelter of Indra. So they said, Indraya Takshakaya Swaha, let Indra also come and fall into the Yajna Kunda. As soon as they chanted this mantra, entire Simhasanam, Vyasasan was going into the Yajna Kunda. Indra said, I will not sacrifice because of you. He took the Takshaka and threw him away. And then Takshaka was dragged down. So this kind of nature these devatas have. They want their own protection first. If their seat is in problem, then they will give you up. So what is the faida, what is the benefit of praying to these devatas? When these devatas' boons are very limited, their capacity is very limited, and even Swargaloka is very limited. It is said that if you perform this much punya, you stay in Swarga for this much time. If you perform this much papa, you stay in Naraka for this much time. And at last, Kshine Punye Martyalokam Vishanti. So the happiness actually flies very fast. In childhood, we would sometimes our parents, they would take us to a mall or an exhibition or something like that, and they would purchase coins, small coins. They would give 500 and purchase 5 coins, and then we would put it in one small car-like vehicle, and it would move like this, front and back and side swing like that. And there would be specific time. If you put 1 coin, it will swing for some more. And 500 rupees worth 5 coins would just get over like this in second. Then we would ask my father, bring more, bring more. I said, Arey, so much you played. Arey, where did I? Just 1 minute I was there. Because happiness flies. When you are doing something which you like, or you are seeing something which you like, or doing some service which you like, it just goes away. But when you are going to do something which you don't like, you feel, oh, yugaitam nimeshena. That's why the experiences in Swarga just fly away. And at the end, again, you have to come back to this world. So there is no benefit in praying to demigods nor aspiring for Swargaloka. There are different, whatever we aspire, there is a way to achieve it. Most of the people aspire for Swarga, as we were discussing, and some people want to merge into the Brahma Jyoti. Sometimes when we go to the programs, people say, Brahmaikyam Siddhinchalani Ashirvadinchandi, like that they say. They say that let me merge into a Brahman effulgence, like that you give blessing, like that they say. New people. Most of them want Aikyam. They use this Brahmaikyam. Swargastha, then Brahmaikyam. If we analyze these 3 sampradayas or 4 sampradayas, Advaita, Vishishtadvaita, Dvaita, and Achintya, Beda Tattva. In Advaita sampradaya, they say that the Supreme Absolute is Nirvishesha Chinmatra Brahma. It is Nirvishesha. There are no gunas, contradicting what here Srimad Bhagavatam Srila Prabhupada is writing. The Advaitis say that is Nirvishesha Chinmatra Brahma. There is nothing except Brahma. Sarvam Kaluvidam Brahma. That is what Advaitis say, that this is the realization. You know what is their moksha? You just understand that everything is false, everything is not real, and you attain Brahma. Give you a small example. One guru with his 10 disciples were crossing a very huge flooding river. And after they crossed the river, the guru asked, Arey, check all of us have reached or not. So the person starts counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Oh, Guruji, only 9 of us have reached. One more person is not there. And the Guru says, no, count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guruji, really, I am saying one person is missed. And he starts crying. And the Guru says, let me count. And then he starts counting from himself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arey, foolish fellow, you are the 10th person. You forgot counting yourself. Oh, I am the 10th person. And he becomes happy. This is the moksha in Advaita Sampradaya. That you realize that your suffering is false and you get liberated and you become happy. So they are different. Whatever you aspire for, based on the different realizations people have, you attain that kind of moksha. Just realize everything is false, I am false, you are false, and the thing, everything, whatever we are experiencing is false, then stay happy. Then we come to the it is not just by one statement we can describe entire Advaita Sampradaya. They have hundreds and hundreds of texts. Actually, it's with every Sampradaya. They have many supporting texts and pramanas from different scriptures. But this is the basic understanding that they want to merge into the Nirvishesha Chinmatma Brahma. And then coming to the Vishishta Advaita Sampradaya. Vishishta means qualified. When you have something else from what you have, then you call Vishishta. Guna Vishishta means you have some qualities. Rupa Vishishta, that means you have some forms. Vishishta means 1 plus or plus 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever it is. Vishishta Advaita, qualified oneness. What does this state? There is only one thing, that is Param Brahma, that is Vishnu, with his energies, with the jivas, with the prakriti, and everything of this jivas, energy, and prakriti has a unique relationship with the Brahma. Brahma here refers to Vishnu. That is Vishishta Advaita. And then we come to the Dvaita Sampradaya. Dvaita Sampradaya has Pancha Mahabhedas, they say. That Jiva and Paramatma are completely different. There is difference between different kinds of jivas also. One jiva is not similar to the other jiva. What we believe is all jivas are Krishnera Nityadas. But in the Dvaita Sampradaya, it is said that jivas are different among themselves also. So first difference is jiva and Paramatma. Second difference is jivas are different among the jivas also. And the third difference is jiva and Prakriti are also different. And there is difference between Prakriti. And the fifth difference is the Paramatma and the Prakriti are different. These are called the Pancha Vedas. That is their philosophy. But still, Madhvas are also Vaishnavas. They also believe that Vishnu is Supreme Personality of Godhead and he is Swarat, and we can achieve Vishnu by doing bhakti. And then we come to the Sampradaya which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us, Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. We are one but same simultaneously, which is inconceivable. So here in the last line, Srila Prabhupada says in the translation, consequently, these transcendental activities of yours are extremely difficult to understand. Achintya. Lord's activities are achintya because of his contradictory gunas. You see in this shloka today, there is a list of contradictory activities which are mentioned. And it is extremely difficult, it says. So Lord is Swarat. He is not dependent on anybody. But we are dependent on everything. See, the problem in today's world is that we are not dependent on right things. People for milk are not dependent on the cows, but they are dependent on the milk producing factories. People in the West, they say, where does the milk come from? It comes from the grocery store. It does not come from the grocery store or a supermarket. It comes from the cows. So they don't take care of the cows, but the groceries. Recently, I was in Adilabad, and I was asking which stores are here to purchase some ingredients. It is a very small district, and then they said we have a hypermarket here. I said, what is this? I have heard about supermarket. What is this hypermarket? This is next stage of supermarket. And then you go to the hypermarket and you get everything whatever you want. So people are not concerned about what is happening to the soil. People are not concerned about what is happening to the cow. They are just concerned about releasing new and new markets in the town so that they can get all these things nicely. So, but Lord is Durava Bodha. Here it is said, difficult to understand because of his contradictory qualities. Like one of the qualities which is mentioned here is that he has gunas and he has no gunas. The Mayavadis say that Lord is Nirguna Brahma. There are no gunas. But we, Vaishnavas, understand by the mercy of our Acharyas that Lord does not have material qualities, but Lord has spiritual qualities. Nirguna does not mean that Lord does not have any qualities, but Lord has spiritual qualities. Here, the demigods, the devatas are saying that you do not depend on us also for creation. You just do it by yourself, but you are not affected. You know what the Mayavadis say? They say that you take an example of potter. The potter is making a pot, and then he needs a seat to sit on to make the pot, and he needs a wheel to make a pot. He needs the ingredients to make the pot, and while making the pot, all his hands get dirty. Correct? How many of you have experience of making a pot? Anybody has experience of making a pot? How many of you have experience of making clay toys? Clay toys anybody has made? In Adilabad, it was raining very heavily, and we had some construction mud, and all our children in Sunday feast class were doing something. And after the class, when I went and saw, all the children their hands were fully dirty, their dresses were fully dirty. They were making Jagannath Baldev Subhadra with the clay, because Jagannath Rath Yatra was coming, and they made beautiful Jagannaths. Everybody has their own set of Jagannath Baldev Subhadra they had made with the clay. But in the process, all of them got dirty. So they say that Lord is also affected when he is creating. But our devotees, our acharyas have said that Lord does not get affected as you think. Here, the demigods are saying he is Swarat. He does not need anybody's help. He can do everything on his own, but he is not trapped. Some people give the example of a spider. How spider makes its web, but it does not get trapped in its own web. Everybody gets trapped. All different flies, insects get trapped in the spider's web except the spider. This is one example which the acharyas give. And there are different realizations of Brahman as we were thinking. Some say it is Nirguna, some say it is Saguna, some say it is some kind of transcendental light, or some say it is Vishnu. How far should we go to realize what is the supreme truth? Till the time you understand that the supreme truth is bound by Yashoda in the gardens of Nanda Maharaj. Upanishadardham ulukhaye nibaddham, it is said. That where you are searching in Upanishads and Brahma Sutras and different scriptures, what is the Tattva? What is the Tattva? Go and see in Nanda Maharaj's courtyard, he is bound by Yashoda. That is the supreme, most sweetest and the most transcendental form of supreme. What is he doing? He is crying just because he has been bound by the love of Yashoda Maya. So here Srila Prabhupada in the purport says, Brahma Samhita 5.37 says, Golokayeva nivasatyakila bhutau. Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is always situated in Goloka Vrindavan. It is also said, Vrindavanam parityadya padam ekam na gacchati. So many people have this saying that, everything has existed, and Lord is also a part of creation. From the Nirguna, the Saguna appears. You have heard this kind of things actually. If Lord has manifested, Lord's transcendental body has manifested from something which has no Swarupa, you cannot say that I have been born to somebody who has born after me. How many of you can say that I am born to somebody who is born after me? Will that happen? Mayavadis give this example, like not the traditional Mayavadis, but to explain Mayavada, you can see that there is a picture, there is a movie, where are different characters and different scenes in the movie. Where is this movie coming from? If you turn your head like this and go beyond, and then you see there is a light. From the light, the picture is projecting. So they say, see, the source of all this is a light up there. But then if you go a little more deep and understand, beyond the light is a film sheet which is rotating, which already has all those characters and scenes. From there, it is projecting through the light, and this movie is appearing. When there is no variety there will be no variety down. When there is no variety, when there is no form in the spiritual world, there cannot be any form in the material world. So the realization of Brahman is a partial realization. That is what we say, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Shabdate. So it is always that Lord has this transcendental, beautiful form, and through which he has activated this material nature. Otherwise, it is just potential, but it cannot perform anything. If this mic is here, and without Sri Keshwananda Prabhu on the button, this mic will not work. It will just stay like this. It will not do anything. Because Keshwananda Prabhu has on the switch, this mic is working. Because Lord has glanced upon the material creation, the creation started. Saikshata, we say. So the cause of this world is definitely Lord. This is the Vaishnava realization. Here, Srila Prabhupada gives a shlokam from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Mayathadam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. The demigods are understood to be various limbs of Supreme Lord's body. See, although the Supreme Lord has no material body and does not need anyone's help, he is spread everywhere. Everywhere he is spread. And you know what Krishna is saying? Avyakta Murtina. Murti means manifestation. But he is saying Avyakta Murti, unmanifested manifestation. This is very difficult for people to understand. People cannot conceive. That's why it is said Achintya, inconceivable. Everywhere Lord is there. Actually, while sitting here, it is actually that we are sitting on the lap of Krishna, because everywhere Krishna is present. Vasudeva Sarvam Iti. Everywhere Lord expands. Here Srila Prabhupada said that Lord keeps his transcendental form there. At the same time, he extends everywhere in every nook and corner of the material manifestation. Narayana Parabrahma, Tattvam Narayana Paraha, Narayana Parojyotir, Atma Narayana Paraha. Antah Bahicha Tatsarvam Vyapya Narayana Stitaha. Everywhere Lord Narayana is residing. We have to understand. There is always a conflict between people. Some say that this creation is only Lord, and some say that there is only Lord in the heaven, somewhere up in the sky. He is not here. That's why we cannot make any murtis. We cannot do his worship in any of the material forms like that, they say. And some, according to us, like we realize, the Vaishnavas or the Sanatana Dharmis realize that Lord is present in both, in his spiritual form in Goloka Vrindavan, and also has this Avyakta Murtinam. In my recent travels, I have seen all these three kinds of people. We were in Sydney in Australia, and we were learning about the Aboriginal tribes there. Shivananda Shamprabhu also would have seen the Aboriginal rituals there. When you go in the flight where there are Aboriginal people, you see their rituals being performed. They say their only object of worship is the material nature, what they see in the nature. Like they worship some kind of mountains. In Sydney, they have this 3 sisters, they say, among the 7 sisters or 6 sisters, I guess. So they have these mountains, they have trees, they have rivers to which they worship, and that is the only worship they do, is to the nature. And there is deep philosophy behind why they do, how they perceive, and what they have been doing. But the Westerners, when they came, the British, when they came, they had tried to annihilate all these Aboriginal people, indigenous Aboriginal tribes, and they started populating their own people there, actually. Now they are in very far away in small villages. And you know how the government is dealing with them? They have everything for free. They give them wine and all kinds of alcohol for free, and they give them money for free. So they have lost all their culture of worship, everything, and they are just becoming addicts now. So this is a way to, conquer a person, is to give freedom. But Srila Prabhupada says, when he presents the regulative principles, he presents them as the 4 regulative principles of freedom. And then I was in Bahrain with Brajasaka Prabhu, and we were going on the Saudi causeway, and we were going in the direction of Makkah. And we stopped in a place where His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj stopped and offered his pranams to Makkah. So some kind of religions, the Abrahamic religions, they say that God cannot be present anywhere in this material things. He is only present in the heaven. In my childhood, because I studied in a Christian school, we would have this prayer, "Oh God in heaven." He is just seated in heaven. That is only their saying, is that he is there and we are here and we have to go there. This is one way of perceiving that he is only seated there, but he is not anywhere. But here, Srila Prabhupada is saying that Lord keeps his form as Shyamasundara in Goloka Vrindavan, and he is also manifested in every place. That's why we see, for example, Ganges. Ganges is very special. Ganges is extremely worshipable for all of us. Why? Can anybody give the reason why Ganges is special? Because it has touched the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Because the Ganges has touched the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, it is special for us and it is worshipable for us. Recently, I was in Cambodia, in a province called Siem Reap in Cambodia, which has the world's biggest temple. It's called the Angkor Wat. And this province of Siem Reap has a river flowing. And the king of Cambodia in the 12th century, Raja Jayavarman, he has thought that, this land of Bharat is so prosperous, it is so spiritual, and he had brought his ministers for a discussion. Why is the land of Bharat very spiritual? what land of Bharat has which Cambodia does not have. And then they decided that it is because of Ganges' presence that Bharat has become special and we are not special. So then they thought, let us make Ganges in Cambodia, in the province of Simrip. You know what that king did? There is a mountain called Mahendra Parvatam there. So he went all the way up to the Mahendra Parvatam. It takes, by car in today's time, it takes 2.5 hours to reach the top of the mountain. In those days, they used elephants to go up the mountain of Simrep, Mahendragiri, and the source where the river water is starting, the king actually diverted the river water for 2 years in different direction. And you know what he did? He sculptured a big deity of Lord Vishnu sleeping on the mountain on a big stone. After 2 years of work, he then diverted the water to make it flow from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. And then when water was flowing from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu and coming down from the Parvat of Mahendragiri, flowing into the province of Swim, they would worship that river as Ganges. So much endeavor that Raja did. 2 years of hard work. And just not flowing from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, then he said, the Ganges flows from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu to, where does it come to? The jatas of Lord Shiva. So they sculptured 1,000 Shivalingas also on the way, on the path. And the Simrip river, or the Ganges as they say, flows from the lotus feet, then comes to the 1,000 Shivalingas and goes to every part of the city, the province of Simrip. The Lord is special, and anything which has touched the Lord is special. It is, what is the term which we use for the Uchista of the Lord or Maha of the Lord is Tadiya. Extremely special. The garments which are worn by the Lord are special. The masks which are worn by the Lord are very special. Like we are wearing this Maha garland now. And the devotees who are serving the Lord are extremely special. So special that here Srila Prabhupada says, Vrindavanam parityajya padam ekam nagachati. Because of the love of devotees in Vrindavan, the Lord does not wish to go from Vrindavan. If he has to go to Mathura and Dwaraka, he sends his Vasudeva expansion of Krishna. But Krishna does not leave Vrindavan because of the love which he is experiencing from the devotees of Vrindavan, the Ragatmika Bhaktas. Srila Prabhupada gives few examples how Lord can be present there, but still he can take care of this material creation. Just like the king, he is taking care of the entire province, but king has its palace. He stays in the palace, in his king's court, sitting on an asana, but he takes care of the entire Rajya. This is one example which Srila Prabhupada gives. And the second example which Srila Prabhupada gives is the rays of the sun being distributed everywhere. But it does not mean that sun's heat has decreased. Sun is always present there, but his rays are manifested in different places. And the third example Srila Prabhupada gives is that the planets stay intact in different Brahmandas. It is not that Lord has to go and hold all the planets from down. If population is increasing, India's population is increasing day by day. So Lord does not, Ananta does not feel, oh my God, it is paining on my head now. It is just like a mustard seed on the head of Ananta. Just because, for an example, if as we see that if there is heat somewhere, fire is in one place, but the light and heat can be experienced everywhere when you go close. So Lord presence is there, in one place, in Goloka Vrindavan, as the Shama Sundara. But his presence is experienced, his governance is experienced, his systems are experienced, his energies are experienced. But he is not dependent on anyone. Even the demigods are saying, you don't need all of us. You can do everything on your own. He is Swarat. So, here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada, he mentions very interesting things on how Lord has various different contradictory things and how he is independent of everybody, and even the devatas take shelter of the Lord. The devatas are just acting, in the outside world, Gaurnam Prabhu and the Telugu speaking devotees, there is a very big hue and cry in the outside world. How can you say devatas as demigods? Demigods, everybody has this big problem. Most of them feel demigod means dummy god, like that we are giving some gali to the devatas, they feel. Wherever I go, I have to tell demigod does not mean dummy god. We are not criticizing them or we are not making fun of them or nothing like that. It is just that here Srila Prabhupada is writing that they are just the angas of the Lord. This people cannot perceive actually. Only a devotee who has kripa of the acharyas and who is simple and surrendered can understand this fact. Because people are least interested in studying scriptures. They do not want to study scriptures, but everybody wants to own a podcast these days, So everybody wants to criticize Acharya. One fellow, he says that he is telling in the video that ISKCON should actually rewrite all of their books. Like that he says. What is he saying? That he is saying the entire Vedic Siddhanta has to be changed. Just because we say that everybody is angas of the Lord, it is not criticism actually. It is a privilege that devatas experience in serving Lord. It is the privilege of every one of us. Service is privilege. It is not that Lord gets some benefit out of our service. It is that we get benefited by serving Lord and Lord's mission, Lord's pure devotees and their devotees. That's why we say Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadhalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. It is an absolute privilege that we are all here in the association of Krishna's devotees, serving pure devotees who are followers of Srila Prabhupada. In whatever way we are contributing, in whatever small way, insignificant way, that is bringing joy to our life, because service is joy. When we realize this, that is real liberation. That is real transcendental nature, that we take pleasure in service. Service of Lord, service of his pure devotees, and service of the devotees who are serving his devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any comments, Prabhus? Adikeshav Prabhu, Prem Leela Mataji, anything you would like to say? Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Prabhu,
Mataji.
just for my own understanding, I want a little light on what exactly we mean by when the Mayavati wants to merge with Supreme Personality of Godhead. Can you say?
Their realization of Supreme Person is Brahman, Nirvishesha Chinmatra Brahma. That he has no qualities, no attributes, nothing. He is just Tattva, Brahma Tattva, Brahma Nirvanam. Or their conception is that they just want, their conception of liberation is just that you realize that what you are experiencing is false. Everything is false. Only truth is Brahma. You are also Brahma. I am also Brahma. Once you realize that your suffering is false, what you are experiencing is false, this world is false, and only Brahman is there, that is their realization. That you also become Brahma. You also become that Nirvishesha Chinmata Brahma, and they go there and you know what they do without doing nothing. We don't know.
Thank you. Yes.
Any other question or comments? Adikesha Prabhu, would you like to say?
No, thank you very much, Prabhu. Just when you said the books are also being wrongly interpreted, and someone you said, so one of the offense for the holy name is you should not be freely distributing those who don't have faith. So I'm just thinking whether even books, if it is lands up in the wrong place, people will start interpreting it in
Actually, this is a big question for many of many of the interviews. You know what people ask me? That many times dramatic questions. One anchor was asking me in one TV channel that the shoes are kept in AC showrooms, but Gita is distributed on the roads everywhere. Like that, she asked. Saying the shoes, the chappal are in AC halls, and the Bhagavad Gita, the most transcendental knowledge, is on the roads. Is this correct? Like that, they were asked. And these people who are making these videos also, they were saying something. When you get literature for free, Bhagavad Gita for free on the road, you are just going for some picnic and somebody gives you Gita, they can just go and keep the Gita on the dining table. They can keep Gita anywhere and everywhere, and the Gita loses its potency. But we, in our experience from devotees, time and again we heard that Gita may be anywhere. Somebody has taken Gita and he has kept somewhere and he has never touched Gita, but somebody else found out at the right time when they needed it, they read it and became devotees and changed their lives. So there is no place like a wrong place, because we don't know what would be the right time when a jiva will reach this wrong place to understand the right thing. So we should give the literature in as many places as possible. Like one example we hear from the person from the Western world is that somebody in his home, they bought a Gita and they just kept it on some shelf in the house. And this person wanted to commit suicide, and he just went and he was searching for a Bible. Just he thought he would want to be a little spiritual before dying. So then he was searching for Bible. He could not find Bible. He found the Gita and he just read the Gita. And next day morning he went to the temple and joined the temple. So which place can we say is a wrong place for Gita to exist? And we have, in our own experiences, we have seen. One time I had gone to book distribution in Chennai when I was studying. So near to our college, there is an Hayagriva temple. So we went there. On Saturdays, many people come to that temple. So we would go. 15 minutes, I was convincing a person to buy Bhagavad Gita. So at last, after 15 minutes, he started removing his purse. And the Mataji came. Saikshita. She just saw at him and he kept his purse back. And I was thinking, array, my 15-20 minutes of endeavors went just by one powerful look. You see how much potency is there in the glances, then how much potency would be there in Lord's glances. So one such person, after so much of convincing him, he finally took a Gita. And then I told him, sir, please give your number and please read one chapter and you get back to me. And then he read Bhagavad Gita and entire, now also he's in contact of devotees, and now he's chanting 16 rounds and he's going to get initiated also very, very soon. So his just life transformed. He would have never expected that I would go to Hayagriva Mandir and get Bhagavad Gita and become a Hare Krishna devotee. But we have to spread as much as possible. That's what Prabhupada said, distribute as much literature as possible. What is where is the right place for distribution? Every place is the right place, because it brings such kind of transformation actually. So that is very, very important that we give Gita, and people, whoever reads Gita, whoever touches Gita, whoever reads at least few comes into contact with Srila Prabhupada's pure purports, his devotional ecstasies, definitely will get Sukriti to come to the association of devotees. And once in one of the lectures, we were doing this activity. So we were asking, how many of you have come into contact of Gita before coming to ISKCON? Prabhuji, to my surprise, in that hall, around 90% of people raised their hands that they had some contact with Bhagavad Gita as it is. So every place is a right place. And in the sense that people misinterpret now because of people's lack of respect towards the acharyas and lack of understanding of the spiritual knowledge, definitely they are becoming offensive. And that is what I told in one of the podcasts, is that they do not know what they are doing. They are just commenting and joking and criticizing. They are thinking he is just a person, but he is not a person. He is an acharya. So definitely they will have to be careful about what they are doing. Definitely, yeah. So I feel that when it is with distribution of Bhagavad Gita, we should also give them a chance of understanding Gita from devotees. Like many of the people nowadays, they also give a card of Gita series lectures with Bhagavad Gita. They say that you come to the lecture and also read simultaneously so that they can understand better what is given in the scriptures. That is the best way, I think, to have some contact with the person whom we are distributing the book and connecting him in the right way. Yes, Prabhu? Prabhu, can you take the mic and ask?
I want to add one more comment for this project. As
Okay.
Prabhupada told that the gold, if it is there in the AC or if it is in the mud, it doesn't lose its potency, the gold or diamond. And if the patient not comes to the here, medicine has to go to him. Place is whichever it may be. So Bhagavad Gita, it is doing its correct job in that sense. Yes.
You know, I was giving this example to that interviewer. I said, in South India, I don't know how many of here they have one small, on the rickshaw back, they put some DTs. And yeah, is there, it is in Maharashtra, you see this? Gaurnam Prabhu, did you see in Andhra? They put on auto, on the back, they put some DTs and they go to every colony. And every colony, people will do aarti and they give prasad and they have hundi. They keep collecting money in the hundi. You don't go to the temple, but the Lord comes to your gully, but still you are giving that kind of respect. So you say that Gita should just be in the library or should be in the temple. We will not come and get Gita. And if Gita comes, you say why Gita has come. So people have all kinds of opinions, because you know what is their main problem is that when people read Bhagavad Gita as it is, their life get transformed. People become devotees. People change their habits. People understand the truth. Like last time we were giving an example of that Mataji who did PhD in atheism. In the last time when I was in GV, I was shocked actually. When I was she's a simple lady cooking very nice Punjabi prasad. I just asked her, Mataji, what did you study? What do you do? Prabhuji, I just did PhD in atheism. I said, how did you become a devotee? She said, just by reading Srila Prabhupada's books. Somebody a PhD in atheism can become a devotee, and all these fellows who have not, who does not know the definition of atheism, nor the definition of what is spirituality, keep commenting on scriptures and what Srila Prabhupada's contributions are. So everywhere in the world, people, we find people like that. But I can tell Prabhu, Prabhus and Matajis, that the kind of impact which Srila Prabhupada's teachings and our movement as ISKCON is doing in the outside world is tremendous. People have been going to specific temples or matas for years and years, but they have not transformed in any ways, internally or externally in their habits. But just by coming to ISKCON temple, just by hearing one class, attending one course, people have changed their lives. And that is the problem of many of the outsiders. That's why they find different ways to criticize. But we just have to have faith in Srila Prabhupada's words and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's words. And we have to spread this message of Gita in every town and village. And people are extremely ready to do it and to accept this message of Gita. Any other questions or comments, anyone? Radha Madan Gopal Prabhu, Nitai Chaitanya Prabhu, Nam Prabhu? Anything? Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrind